Way 31 deals with fission, and fission involves the splitting of a large unstable uranium atom into pieces using bombardment with neutrons. In this case, mass is still being converted into energy, but here we're using some external particle to split up the unstable atom. The way you're going to remember fission is think of the word split. Both fission and the word split have an I in it, and that shows that an atom is being split into two smaller pieces. Let's try some problems. In which process does a heavy nucleus split into two lighter nuclei? If you apply the definition, you should have correctly chosen 2. Titration is an example of when you mix unknown quantity of base to figure out an known quantity of acid, or vice versa. Electrolysis is where you apply an electrical current in order to separate to a single compound, and neutralization is when you combine a strong acid and a strong base to form water and a salt. Which change occurs during a nuclear fission reaction? For this one, the only answer choice that makes the most sense is that matter is converted to energy. Remember, both fission and fusion show small amounts of mass being converted into large amounts of energy. So the answer is 4. Which reaction releases the greatest amount of energy per mole of reactant? Of all the chemical reactions that we studied, no other one except nuclear reactions release such large amounts of energy. Fission, therefore, is the correct answer. All answer choices 1, 2, and 3 are examples of chemical reactions. And while they do produce some energy, it's not nearly as massive as those involved in nuclear reactions. One fission reaction for uranium-235 is represented by the balanced nuclear equation below. Uranium-235 plus a neutron produces xenon-140 plus strontium-94 plus 2 neutrons. Both radioisotopes produced by this fission reaction undergo beta decay. The half-life of xenon-140 is 13.6 seconds, and the half-life of strontium-94 is 1.25 minutes. Explain in terms of both the reactants and products why the reaction represented by the nuclear equation is a fission reaction. Remember, for problems involving in terms of, your answer must include the word reactants and products in your answer in order to get full credit. This question is basically asking us to determine why this reaction is an example of a fission reaction. Remember, fission is where uranium is split into pieces using bombardment with neutrons. So your answer should show something like the reactant uranium-235 is being split by bombarding with a neutron to produce 2 nuclei, xenon-140 and strontium-94. Notice that I used the word reactant and the word produce in my answer to get full credit. Next problem. Given the diagram representing a reaction, which type of change is represented? Anytime you see uranium in the problem, you should immediately think nuclear reactions, in particular fission. And here we see a neutron hitting this atom, causing it to split into 2 smaller atoms. In the process, we release 2 neutrons, which creates this domino effect. So the type of change represented in this diagram is an example of fission. Energy is released during the fission of Pu-239 atoms as a result of Remember, all nuclear reactions involve the conversion of matter to energy. Therefore, the correct answer is 3. Okay, remember, when you're thinking about fission, think about large, heavy atoms like uranium being split into pieces by being hit with a neutron to produce more stable nuclei. The mass is converted into large amounts of energy. Hopefully this was helpful, and thank you for watching.